So back, we're talking FF7, we're talking Rebirth. We have another kind of quick little info video in regards to the upcoming demo that, I mean, it's not confirmed by Square Enix, but we know it exists, obviously. And it's about the potential of what it might be. As it stands right now, when it comes to like the demos themselves, what we know of is like the Calm Flashback / Nibelheim incident, the playable like Cloud and Sephiroth section. We have the Under Junon area where you're just like right outside like Mithril Mine, I believe it is. And that little short walk to Under Junon, you can kind of explore that little bit of area, and then you fight bottom as well. That demo. And I don't know if you want to qualify like, the TGS showcase as a demo, because it's like a pretty extensive section of the game, obviously. But there's that out there. And then if we want to like go more in that direction, I guess, we also have whatever that 4-hour playtime session that people got to do lately, right? So, but in terms of like demos that we would get as the public, all we would probably get is like the Calm Flashback / Under Junon thing. Like that makes the most sense, right? Whether or not we'd get one of them or both of them is something I've been talking about on the channel for quite some time now. And it seems like potentially, based on what we're going to talk about in this video, that we may only be getting one of them. Kind of basing off what they've done with like the recent Final Fantasy games, it should be pretty obvious that it's like the first chapter, the beginning of the game, the flashback, of course. What they did with 16, what they did with Remake. What we have here is another tweet from PlayStation Game Size, who's somebody we've talked about in the last couple of videos here. They've been giving us a little bit of info, like, you know, size of the game, preload date, like demo details, the fact, you know, outright confirming that the demo exists, but also that there's like a bonus item for playing the demo. But they dropped another tweet today, and it's it's sort of cryptic, I guess, what you want to say. It's literally one word. But they just dropped a tweet that says, Nibelheim. That is, of course, because we know that PlayStation Game Size is aware of demo details. We don't know exactly what they know or what they're able to see on like whatever they're looking at for like game sizes and all that other information they have. But they have details on the demo. So for them to drop a tweet that's just simply Nibelheim seems to imply that that's what the demo is about. Obviously interesting as people talking or whatever. What I'm not sure of exactly is what it means in terms of the demo. Because obviously we already have a Nibelheim demo, right, with the flashback. But obviously, that demo doesn't actually pick up in the town of Nibelheim, right? It doesn't pick up from like the very beginning of the flashback itself, back of the truck, dragging, walking into the town, doing the shit there, and then working our way up the mountain, right? It picks up already on the mountain with like Cloud and Sephiroth, and you work your way towards like Maka Reactor and fight the Materia Keeper or whatever, right? Like that's the demo that we have, or at least that we're aware of. So for them to tweet out Nibelheim would seem to imply that we might be getting the first full chapter, or at least the whole Calm Flashback, maybe. Just kind of play the other side of this conversation here. I don't really know what this person knows, right? That runs this account, like how much they know about FF7, if they're a fan of FF7, if they know anything about FF7 Rebirth, if they're aware of any of the information that's out there for the game, because it might say the word Nibelheim like in the files, wherever the fuck they're looking at, but it might just still be like the Mount Nibel like demo that we're aware of, and then maybe we also get like the Under Junon demo too, right? It could be that, it could be like something massive. It depends on if they want to drop more information for us. They already tweet out the word Nibelheim, like do they want to tweet out like length maybe? Like if they drop a tweet that says 2 hours or hour and a half or whatever, or chapter 1, just like something like that would kind of give us a little confirmation of what we're working with here. Because just dropping the word, it probably means it's like the full demo, right? You're going to get to go to the town of Nibelheim and do all that, but who knows for sure, right? But it's obviously exciting, right? Because if it is the first full chapter, that's a lot better than just playing like these little random parts. Like I don't want to, as fun as it looks to play like some of the other sections we've already seen through like some of the gameplays and shit, I don't want to just play just a little bit of like the Calm Flashback and like a little bit of over here by Junon, and then maybe like the grasslands or whatever. Like I want to play it from beginning to end. I'd rather like get a demo that's like the beginning of the game, like they did with FF7 Remake, and also what they did with FF16. Actually, speaking of 16, we talked about somewhat recently with also PlayStation Game Size. Shout out to them again. That there's something in the files like that seems to imply like save transferring. It's like title ID for transferring, I think, in the files. And people were hoping that would be the case, that we get to like play the demo and then it carries over to the full game, and you get to just like once you get the full game, you can just kind of pick up where the demo leaves off or whatever. And that might be the case, right? If they're dropping this Nibelheim tweet, again, we don't go to Nibelheim in the current, like, Calm Flashback demo. Maybe that is the case, man. Also, on the topic of this conversation, I don't think that that's what the save transfer thing is that they're reading. They even said when they replied to somebody who replied to that tweet that they're not entirely sure what it is, right? I think it's just simply about the reward you get for playing the demo, right? The Kupo Charm Survival Set. Like, it's just needing to check that you have a demo save file on your console in order to give you that item or items for, like, the full release of the game. I say that because like we don't have that precedent set yet for the Remake trilogy in terms of like save transfer, right? Other than obviously your PS4 save of Remake going to like the PS5 version, right? Integrate. Like that's the only time that that's really been a thing so far, but obviously nothing from Remake itself. It's carrying over to Rebirth, right? It's a point of contention for a lot of people. And even when it comes to the rewards you get for having played Remake and Intermission, it's again checking that you have a save file for those games on your console. That's how you get rewarded the Rama and Leviathan Materia. And I think that's just kind of what this is too. But I could be wrong, of course. Kind of what makes the anticipation for this upcoming state of play kind of high right now, because like what are we getting? Are we getting Something entirely new that we're not expecting, like the whole first chapter of the game. Are we just going to be getting the Mount Nebel demo? Are we getting that, but also the Under Junon demo? Are we getting something else that we're just not aware of? Like, I don't know. Pretty exciting, though. I'd say now with this Nibelheim tweet from PlayStation Game Size, it kind of confirms that at the very absolute least, we're getting the Mount Nebel demo. But the fact that they used the word Nibelheim could be something else entirely, dude. Could be the whole first chapter, which is pretty damn crazy. Kind of it for the video, my dudes. We turned a one-word tweet into like a 6 or so minute video, but I just kind of want to get my thoughts out there. I don't think it's impossible that it's like the first full chapter, because, I mean, they did that with Remake, right? They did it recently with 16, and it's more than like just an hour or so chapter. It's like lengthy as fuck. But also with Remake, they did the first full chapter. The only difference was they omitted a cutscene or two or something like that from the demo that would be in the full release of the game. So they could do something like that with this too. If they give us the first full chapter, they could like kind of cut little moments or scenes out that would be in the full release of the game. That way, whenever you play it again for the full release, there'd be like something new to experience. That is a possibility. Or you could just outright just give us the whole chapter. Who knows? Anyways, that'll be the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Social networks in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, @DavidYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.